So we're here in the garage today. It's actually my son's shop. And we're gonna talk about the top 5 tips for wrapping your car in vinyl. So satisfying. Don't be afraid to disassemble parts of the car. Like the door handles, like for doing the door handles, this all has to come off to be able to wrap it properly. But also stuff like the headlights, don't be afraid to pull the headlights out, disconnect the bumper and stuff so that you have room to wrap the edges. It's always easier to spend the extra time to take apart what you need to. It will save you time in the long run rather than trying to just do it a little bit quicker. Okay, next tip, use a water bottle. It's just distilled water. And use this after your garage is clean, before you start laying down wrap. If there's any latent dust on the floor, just spritzing the ground before you go to lay any vinyl will keep all of that dust down on the ground and not floating into the air to give you problems under the wrap. Okay, next tip, make sure that you're using the proper tools. They don't have to be expensive tools, but you need to know what you need, have those tools, and to use them the right way. So for your squeegee, make sure you use a vinyl wrapping squeegee. They have like a little felt tip edge on them. And even if you're using like the cheaper ones, make sure the edge is wet so that you don't scratch the vinyl. This is matte vinyl for this project, so it's a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to work with rather than the coated. It doesn't scratch as easy, right? But if you use that spritzer bottle on the edge of the vinyl, you see the moisture that it left behind. That'll keep it from scratching. Use sharp knives for the tools. Make sure you have a heat lamp or a heat gun or whatever to be able to warm the vinyl as you lay it down. And you'll also need it for proper post heating, which is another tip we're gonna add here in the video. You can also see the glove on his hand. If you're using your finger to spread stuff out and work in any of them, you want to have a clean, those are cloth, right? They're just,
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Just a clean glove to be able to lay down some of the edges like he's doing with his thumb.
You don't want to start squeegeeing anything until you have glassed the panel. Glassing is when you get rid of the wrinkles, but there's still air underneath the film to squeegee. Lift it all back up and glass it out. Now you can start squeegeeing.
So this is the next step, is post heating. And you can see he's using a thermometer to see where he's getting at, but we're just using a heat gun and trying to get it up to temp.
The edges are the most important. What the post heating does is it, because the film has memory in it for when it's stored, you have to heat it to get rid of that and form the new memory to the body panel so you won't have any peeling or lifting. The edges are the most important to post heat. I still post heat the whole panel because it'll also, if you have any air under it, the post heating will show those air bubbles and you can get rid of them.
Just a couple of bonus tips in here. One is knowing when to squeegee and when you can still pull. There's a lot of times where you have an area of the hood or the body panel or the roof or anything that looks like it's ready to be squeegeed, which is fine, but if you squeegee too soon, then you may have to lift that part up to stretch it down into another part of the hood. Another step is knowing where to pull to tighten it. Like this corner right here could be pulled down from here into the corner to get it to push in, and we may have to do that as all of this comes forward. But you usually work your way from the center out and just take it in steps, go easy so that the final result is what you want.
I would have, like this area down here is ready. If I were to just squeegee down here, it's good to go. If you don't do the whole thing together, if I were to keep going here, like you gotta work across together, because otherwise you're just gonna end up lifting it all back up anyways to get the other area. So squeegee it together and keep straight of a line or curved with the body line as possible. You want to work the whole way down and slowly wrap the whole length together. If you crease it, which it's gonna happen, it's okay, but when you lift it back up to get it out, you cannot just go ahead and wrap it out. You can, and it'll go away, but if you see in some angles, it looks like it's scratched right there. What you do, you just throw a little heat on it, real slow, and don't stretch it too much until it disappears. Let the film cool off and continue. If you get those wrinkles, it's okay, but heat them out. Don't just carry on.
Heat is your friend, but too much heat is your enemy. That was like really profound.
If you heat it too much, it'll discolor it.
And you can rip it if it's too soft and it's being too stretched out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Thanks for watching the video. If you're looking for more car related content, make sure you subscribe here on the Gearheads channel. If you're looking for video game stuff, we've divided YouTube up into 4 different channels. Over there, you'll see the link for FC Mobile, Raid Shadow Legends, and then Gearheads for a few laughs, basically where we make fun of the alpha male. Shit. Choked on a Skittle.